A lot of you refuse to bow down to the fact that Hunter has given multiple interviews in which he has interjected himself into being a part of the incident that occurred on April 2nd with his brother Austin and Karmelo. The fact that Hunter continues to say we when he's talking is telling us that yes, it was both of them. The fact that his father even gave an initial interview where he said, "My son told me that they meaning two."
We just got a little altercation, and that's really it. But he has a good heart. Everyone knows. Everyone around here knows he's a great kid. He just
That yes, it was both of them. The fact that his father even gave an initial interview where he said, "My son told me that they meaning two," and because in Hunter's own words, even when he's wrong, his brother Austin comes to his defense. And I'm believing that just from watching these clips again and again and listening to what Hunter has said, that Hunter is guilty as sin.
he's always on my back. Even if I'm in the wrong, he'll always take my side no matter what. It's just really heartbreaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything even by your side no matter what, just pass away like that.
Your mom told me that you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my
Yes, there is something more concerning. I want us to take an exclusive look into what is going on. If you've been following this channel, this is my feed video I'm doing on this topic. I'm giving you update on what is going on like I see it. Will's compare the Anthony Fund to the one his platforms hosted for Kelly Rittenhouse in 2020. That effort raised over 250,000 after Rittenhouse shot three men in Kenosha, Wisconsin during the Jacob Black. This is my issue. They are comparing what is going on right now with his case. I don't know. I don't see the link. A lot of people are calling that Give Sengo should put this website down. Like they should not allow these people to continue to raise money. His response on Fox News tells you a lot.
Good afternoon, all. So I'm here to give my take on Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony. It took me a minute to give my perspective on this matter because it's unfortunate, right? We have brilliant young men who are extremely intelligent, 3.9, 4.0 grade point average, and they're both into sports. If I'm correct, they both run track and they both play football. Both of them are football stars. Karmelo Anthony is the captain on his track team and the captain of his football team, if I'm correct by the information that I've been looking up. But this is a matter that we need to let play out. I don't like that society is turning this case into a race issue. I see a lot of Caucasian people calling him a thug and everything that he's not. When facts came back that Karmelo has no history of violence and he's never been in trouble. This is his first time getting into something of this magnitude. He has no history of being in trouble. He's a good kid. So why are you calling him a thug and all of the things that he's not? Number two, people kept saying that he brought a knife to school. Well, Texas, Texas, their laws are different, and you're allowed to carry a knife or blade as long as it's shorter than 5 inches or up to 5 inches. But besides that, he actually had a cleat sharpener, not a knife. And I continue to see that people say that he had a knife with him. Number three, I see that many of you are overlooking the fact that he was approached by twin brothers. Both of the brothers approached him and told him to move from under the tent. It was raining that day. He was on the roster to run track. He got bused to that location. So who knows? He was probably making his rounds fraternizing and talking to kids from different schools, and then it happened to rain, and so he was told by the coach to go up under that tent. So who knows where his school's tent was? Did you want him to run all across the track to the other side of the track or wherever his school's tent was to shelter from the rain, or just listen to what the coach says and go up under the tent? The fact that you keep saying that he stabbed Austin Metcalf with a knife is just ridiculous, and I see absolutely no compassion for the situation. This is not a race issue. This is a human issue. And I don't see this much outrage and outcry when children take their own lives for bullying. I don't see enough of that.
Yes, from the very beginning, I started following this story. What this lady is saying here, it is just in line with what the lawyers are saying. It is like she has not even done any research, like to really, put out these videos the way she wants. What she is putting out here, it is just the information side, no, which I'm still going to play that video. I don't want people to always use this like, oh, it's not a race issue. Yeah, we understand it's not a race issue. But people like these are struggling to twist everything. That is just what I'm observing. This lady knows this is the issue. Now she is refusing here there was not a knife. Like she has the evidence. If we could have a video like to see the real incident, like what happened, would have cleared up everything. All these stories I'm getting, at the end of the day, who is actually even telling the truth?
The activist in Dallas, Dominic Alexander. Dominic, glad to have you back on Roland Martin Unfiltered. It's been some time. So, first of all, you have Charlie Kirk saying you represent the family. You're not a lawyer, correct?
Not at all.
So,
Not at all.
So explain for the public your role in this case.
So the Next Generation Action Network, of course, is founded here in Dallas, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex since 2014. We are the advocacy arm. Our organization is an advocacy-led organization. We are not the attorneys. The attorney for this case is Mike Howard. We do the advocacy around making sure that people are aware of the situation and supporting and how to support this family and to ensure that this family's rights are not violated. And the things that are legal matters are handled by the lawyers.
What's crazy here is, so check this out. Here's a tweet right here. This person said, I did a Twitter search for Karmelo Anthony till up to 2 days ago after the incident. I could only find one post from a black account defending him, but there are countless posts from whites making it a race issue. Whites racialize everything, then cry when black people take sides. And then this is a scroll of tweets that this person actually pulled. And when this story first happened, they called Karmelo Anthony a thug. It was all sorts of names. They were saying that Aaron Metcalf was this football star. He was this bright young man, talented, high grade point average, all of that. But Karmelo Anthony is not a thug. Karmelo Anthony is a high grade point average student as well.
Yes, what attracted me to this video is the fact that this is how the title is. Shameful media racial bias in Karmelo Anthony case, black teen charged with in self-defense case. When I look at it, I had to laugh all through because it is crazy for these people to continue to do this every single time. Be accountable, accept wrongs when you see it. Forget about skin color. Yeah, be truthful to yourself. When I see people in 2025 still doing this, I thought we will no longer do this again. It triggered me to a level I can't even say on this video when I see people doing this every time. and they know the truth. It's not like they don't know what exactly is going on. It is important we look into all this. If you have not subscribed and you love what I'm doing here, please share the video.
And lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger.
Now that I feel like, in my opinion, some time has passed, I feel like Karmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old black boy who unalived Austin Metcalf at a track meet because it's being alleged that Austin and his twin brother were allegedly bullying him to move him out of a seat for whatever reason, right? But we know the reason. So I guess, he did have on him and he did, unfortunately unalive the boy. But like at the same time, you can't tell people how to react and you don't know what people have going on. Maybe y'all should leave people alone. It's being alleged that Austin was Karmelo and he felt like he had to defend himself. They don't go to the same school. It was just a track meet. I'm not sure why they felt the need to bother Karmelo. But maybe if you had left him alone, Austin would still be here. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that those people are getting in the uproar, but I didn't see that uproar when Kyle Rittenhouse did what he did, when Derek did what he did with George Floyd, when what happened with Walter Scott happened with Walter Scott, when George Zimmerman did what he did, because he's still out walking around as if he didn't unalive a whole boy that was minding his.
This issue is not linked. The Kyle Rittenhouse situation is different. When they keep trying to link it up like it's the same thing, I don't even know if they actually even follow up that case to know the truth behind it. They want to make it like it's a similar situation. We are entering into another level that we'll be seeing these people going on the street as a result of this. I want you to compare two things. What this lady said and what these activists, as they call it, is saying. They are saying just the same thing. She took up talking points from these people and put out videos like they are the real facts, like she has the evidence. You see the situation? I don't know if things will get better if we continue this way. When we see wrongs, we don't call it wrong. We'll continue to twist everything.
Lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger.
I don't like to see people who don't take accountabilities for their actions.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Thank you guys for always been sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because if you are afraid the day before where you have to take them to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teachers. School teachers, let's bring these kids in here and resolve this issue. It's called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
She's even said all of those things.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about this man,
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to